Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Destined Rivals prices. Now that the set is officially released, came out May 30th, we can finally take a look at the official prices for the singles, sealed, and even the pull rates for Destined Rivals. So without wasting any time, let's get into today's video. Starting off with the booster box, so we're going to be taking a look at a few of the sealed, taking a look at the majority of the important singles from the set, and then we're going to be taking a look at pull rates just to make sure we cover all the bases and have a proper understanding of how Destined Rivals is currently positioned in the market. Taking a look at the booster box itself, we see a dramatic drop in price. This is not something that is particularly surprising. We know that pre-release prices tend to be exorbitant and much higher than their actual intrinsic valuation by the market when it comes to the release timing. So we see that this product has dropped substantially. It was going for $395, dropped down in April to $275, came back up to $318, and now it slowly has been dropping. Now it's going for $254. But as you can see, this is an incredibly expensive product. If you see it in Canadian dollars, $348.98. That's very expensive when it comes to just release time, right? We expect to see these prices after a couple of years when the product starts to get out of print and it's starting to get harder to find. People have opened up a lot of the product, but now it's literally happening on release. It's been happening for the past few sets. Although Journey Together has shown a decrease in value since its release in a substantial manner, we could start to see that trend coming across in Destined Rivals, and I certainly hope that is the case. Next up, we have the PCETB. Easily one of the coolest PCTBs from Scarlet and Violet, particularly because it actually varies in art style from the regular ETB. Unlike the previous sets, this set actually has two different artworks. So the PCTB has the red background, whereas the regular has the black. Now it's obviously up to preference. Personally, I honestly like the black one a little bit more. It looks a little bit more sleek, but there's nothing detracting from the beauty of the red one either. And taking a look at this one, it also has tumbled significantly from $1,195, which was definitely extreme because it was set by a single sale, so I wouldn't take too much stock of this valuation. But we do see that there were occasional sales here. This is probably more accurate for pre-release because there were actually 4 items here. We can see that the majority of the sales start to take place over here, May 17th. We had the market price of $492, and then trickling down over here, 251 items sold. So this is starting to reveal sort of market value to an extent. So its current market price right now is $177, and it's pretty much sitting at that price point. It's not showing signs of decreasing beyond that. So converted, we see that as $243 Canadian. Next up, we have the regular ETB. As you can see, this is the black one, and I think it's a little sleeker. It also has this sort of chrome effect on it, which is really cool. And then this product has dropped $349 down to $159, and then it slowly trickled down to $102. Recent sales show a drop below this market price. So we have 92, 98, 89, 83. So we have a few sales trickling below that price point currently. And finally, we have one more product. So it's the booster bundle from Destined Rivals. Interestingly enough, the build and battle is going for more than the booster bundle currently, but the reason is that the build and battle is still in its pre-release state. Of course, we did see some people get access to it through the pre-release events, but its official release is not here yet, so it's going to be a little bit higher. So I just decided to avoid speaking about that product today. If we take a look over here, $84 down to $70, jump back up to $72, and now it's going for $55. Recent sales are pretty much sitting at that price point. And then taking a look in Canadian dollars, 49 is $67.32. So quite expensive all across the board for Destined Rivals, but I do anticipate a slowdown in the acquisition of Destined Rivals, particularly as this year is extremely hot when it comes to Pokemon. We have not only the release of Black and White, we'll have a Mega Lucario, Mega Gardevoir set coming out at some point down the line soon this year, and not to mention Inferno X, which is going to be a Charizard set, a Mega Charizard set. Likely Mega Charizard X, alluded to from the Inferno X symbol. It is going to be really crazy this year, and so I'm expecting that as these sets come out, Destined Rivals, if you really love Rockets, your absolute favorite thing, and this is your favorite set that you've seen so far in Scarlet and Violet, then I would recommend considering holding off on acquiring a lot of these products, because in a few months, we might see a lot more product trickle in, especially as there's going to be shorter prints of black and white and initial phases to make way for more product from previous sets. So that already shows us that there's going to be a decent amount of reprinting happening in the coming months. It has been a substantial amount of time since the first statement from the company on Prismatic Evolutions. As we know, it takes a few months for the Pokemon company to sort of adjust their printing processes. So now that we're here now, there's a chance that we're going to start seeing it properly roll in. We're probably going to see SPCs coming to Costco at some point. That's just my prediction. We already know there's going to be an insane bundle coming to Costco with 2 booster bundles and 2 ETBs. So that's going to be insane as well. Hopefully it'll help the prices of Prismatic trickle down a bit. It certainly did for 151. Across the board, I would definitely say hold off on getting things at an extremely high price in Scarlet and Violet because there's real uncertainty in the market right now. Maybe if you were really keen on getting something in Scarlet and Violet, early Scarlet and Violet is a safer bet than current Scarlet and Violet products. But with that being said, let's jump to the singles from Destined Rivals. So starting off with the most desired card in the set, the most expensive and also the most hyped card from the set, which might have hit for you in different ways. Some people absolutely loved it. Some people consider this the worst artwork. I don't think this is the worst artwork by any means, but I do think it fell short of the expectations that the community had set for this card. Now, of course, for me, Mewtwo is not a bad Pokemon. It's a seriously amazing Pokemon because of the first movie. We all have a deep connection to it, but also Giovanni, literally the boss of Team Rocket. I love Team Rocket as the best organization in the entirety of Pokemon. Definitely the most compelling due to the fact that Jesse James and Meowth were the ones that sort of stuck by Ash throughout the entire series, with Giovanni making occasional appearances throughout the 25 plus year series. Now, if we take a look at this one's price, we got to take a look at recent sales because it is not very clear on the graph. Taking a look, we have 345, 319, 344, 324, and 350. Next up, Cynthia's Garchomp. We see it going for $209 market price. Current sales are $190, $185, $184, $214, $200, $200. I do think that this card is the best artwork in the set. That is my personal opinion. I do have a bias towards Cynthia and Garchomp. I do like those two characters a lot. So that could be swaying my personal judgment here. Next up, Ethan's Hoa. I think this is the third best artwork in the set. If I were to pick up a single card from this set, it's going to be an IR. I'm not going to drop a ton of money on these SARs right now. But if I really wanted a card from the set, I will point out the 2 IR that I would be keen to pick up personally if I were to wait a week and then pick up a card. So here we go. 164, 162, 185, 160, 155. We see it dropping below the market price of $183. Another SAR here. This is from the Rocket half, Team Rocket's Moltres, and this one is pretty sick. It's grown on me a lot. I wasn't a big fan when I first saw it, as you may have seen in my tier ranking video, but definitely climbed the ranks. Right now, market price is 151, but we see that the recent sales have dropped below 129, 139, 138, 159, 139. I would ignore this $335 sale. It seems very suspect, but apart from that, all the sales seem to be dropping below that market price right now. Moving on to a few more SARs here. Maybe like the B tier or A tier SARs for this set. We have Team Rocket's Nidoking EX. I do think that this is a little bit more dynamic, and if we had the Mewtwo sort of take some inspiration from this artwork, not necessarily in the art style, but the fact that there's a lot of motion happening, there's a very dynamic scene, it would have done wonders for that card. But here we go, Team Rocket's Nidoking EX. This one in near mint right now, 84, 84, 84. 105, 84, 84. We see that $94 market price right now. Team Rocket's Crobat, we have it also dropping dramatically. Current market price 83. Recent sales 72, 72, 65, 72, 76, 70, 71. So dropping down as well. We have the Eaton's Adventure, an actual supporter card, which we didn't see at all in Journey Together, and we did not see in Prismatic Evolution. It's been a bit of time since we've seen this Pokemon card come out. Unfortunately, we are already seeing MP sales, which is probably just from pulling the card. Like sometimes we have these factory defects, but anyway, near mint wise, market price is 68, but recent sales 61, 50, 62, 60, 58, 106. I would ignore that sale for sure. That's not a reflection of intrinsic value. 61, 61, 60. So it's dropping a little bit below the current market price. Finally, we're on to the illustration rares, and this is one of the 2 illustration rares that I would personally pick up in the coming weeks when this card starts to drop substantially. Might even wait until I hear proper news of reprints for this set, because that would obviously impact the illustration rare market as well. But I am keen to pick up at least one, so I would definitely make a toss-up between Misty's Psyduck and Ethan's Typhlosion. I don't want to open much of this set personally because I don't find it to be a realistic situation to actually pull any cards I want. And we'll get to that when we talk about pull rates, but for now, let's take a look at the Misty Psyduck. Current market price, $47, currently going for $45, $42, $48, $47, $47, $44, so lots of sales, but not a big drop. As you can see, $3 to $4 less than the current market price of $47.68. Next up, we have Ethan's Typhlosion. Now, you might notice I skipped a few of the supporter SIRs. I don't find them to be particularly compelling. I think those are going to drop dramatically. The Giovanni and the Ariana, I don't expect those to stay high. Trainer cards are not in fashion, if you want to call it that, right now. They have dropped a lot since the beginning of Scarlet and Violet, when they were the hot topic and dominating all Pokemon in the sets that were releasing. It sort of returned back to their typical state of being on the sort of lower ranking when it comes to English cards, so I'm not going to really cover those right now. Ethan's Typhlosion, on the other hand, a very, very good card. This is like my fourth favorite artwork from Destined Rivals. It's kind of ordered for me as Cynthia's Garchomp. I'll actually put Ethan's Ho second, Ethan's Typhlosion third, and then I would put the Rocket's Mewtwo. So that's my sort of top four now, just thinking about it. Current market price, $39. We have $39, $39, $40, $37, $39, so it is coming down, but not a lot. We see that this card is actually sitting at its current price point, $39, $39, $40, $37, $39, $39. So I do expect this card would be one of the best, most desired cards, and I think it is currently much less than I anticipated. I expected it to be toe-to-toe with Misty Psyduck. So if I were to pick up a card, it would likely be this one from the set. Next up, we have another Misty card, Misty's Lapras. This one's doing much better than I expected, just because I felt like Misty's artwork is a little bit weird. I don't like it as much. Lapras, on the other hand, looks fantastic in this artwork. We also see the footsteps leading to Misty sort of chilling on her Lapras just lying down. $31 market price, but dropping $27, $27, $26, $25. But we do have a few 50s here as well. Then we have 27, 49, so it is coming down though on the overall. Final card, we have the Team Rocket's Meowth. I was expecting there to be a Persian connected art. Completely did not happen, but this one, $25, not dropping at all, sitting at that price point, 24, 25, 25, 23, 25, 27. Now let's get to the main question here. What are the pull rates like? And now we can see the actual data here. So we have the hyper rare or the gold cards sitting at 1 in 149 packs, which is pretty high, but not that uncommon for golds. Golds are almost always the hardest cards to pull, followed by special illustration rares, which are 1 in 97. Now that's pretty bad. We also have the illustration rares at 1 in 12. That's pretty average. That's pretty predictable. Ultra rare is 1 in 16, and any double rare or regular EX is 1 in 5. Now if we take a look at the specific pull rates though, especially for SRs and IRs, that's 1 in 1,033, and illustration rares is 1 in 278. Let's just compare that really quickly to Journey Together. We see over here for Journey Together, pulling a specific IR compared to any IR, it's the same rate, but specific IR is 1 in 129, whereas if we're taking a look at Destined Rivals, it's 1 in 278. That's a massive difference. And if we take a look at any specific SIR, that's 1 in 518, versus 1 in 1,033. That's ridiculous, and it's extremely hard. That's about opening 3 booster boxes to try and pull 1 SIR, and it's impossible to say if that's going to be the one that you want. More often than not, if you only have 1 or 2 cards you like in the set, then it's a really bad idea to try to open to pull the cards you want. Instead, if you really want to open the set a limit for how many packs you're going to open, and then start to look at acquiring the singles by themselves, because it is really rough for Destined Rivals. Reminds of Prismatic Evolutions. Perhaps not to the same extent, that is horrendous, but still Destined Rivals is not showing a great experience for opening, and that's definitely an important factor for me. That's one of the reasons why I mentioned I will not be opening much Destined Rivals. I'm not a big fan of the set. I do like certain cards, but not enough to justify actually opening the set. I feel like if you like more than half of a set, it's justifiable to try and open to pull something that you like. It's not going to be the specific card all the time, but you'll get something. that you like. In this set, I definitely don't feel that's the case. If I pull the Shaman, or if I pulled that Electrike, or if I even pull that Orbeetle, I'm not going to be that satisfied. If I pull some full art here, definitely not going to care. And if I pull a gold, I'm definitely not that interested. So getting the specific cards for me will be the better option. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys are going to be doing for Destined Rivals. Are you going to be opening? Are you totally skipping the set? Are you looking forward to Black and White or the mega sets to come? There's a lot happening in the Pokemon TCG, and I wouldn't blame you if you were totally ignoring this set, or if you were completely invested in this set. It's honestly a two-sided conversation here, and there's an easy way to argue for both sides. So let me know in the comments down below what you think. I'll catch y'all in the next one.